Now, I heard the one about the sleepy owl that missed its part at a wedding. Well, that's what's happened in the Wiltshire village of Shurston when one-year-old barn owl, Darcy, left the bride and groom's feathers ruffled. Instead of swooping in with the rings, she flew up into the rafters, went to sleep and refused to budge for an hour. Well, Emily Warburton-Adams managed to capture it all on video. I must be getting old. I've never even heard of an owl doing this before, let alone sort of delivering the rings. What was it like? I mean, everyone seemed to be taking it in a sort of good-natured way.
Oh, they did, yeah. It was hilarious. It really made the day, actually. It's we all know the groom, Andrew Matley. He's a twitcher and he loves animals. So it was a surprise. From his mother-in-law to have the ring bearer as the owl. It hadn't been rehearsed. But luckily they did have a spare pair of rings, but it caused a bit of a hustle, but it was fun. It was funny.
Oh, I see. So in other words, they couldn't even get the owl down. I mean, so they had to use reserve rings. They
did, yes. The owl was up there for probably at least an hour. They had to go and fetch it down using a ladder.
What, and knock it off its perch?
Yes, exactly. And then retrieve the rings that were still joined to his feet.
What about the owl trainer?
He was standing at the back of the church rather helplessly, looking on.
Yeah, but sort of profusely apologising, or what?
Not really. I mean, not during the ceremony. They couldn't really there's not much they could do. And everyone, was quite light-hearted about it, so it was okay. It was lucky they did have the spare rings. But yeah, so that's how it happened.
And what did the vicar say about it all?
At the time, he just kind of tried to keep the ceremony going because he obviously knew that they had rings on hold and things. Afterwards, I think it was a talk of the day for a while, excluding how gorgeous the bride looked and everything like that.
Of course, one mustn't forget to mention that. But I mean, what an occasion! Have you ever been to anything like it?
No, nothing where that's happened. It was. Yeah, it was hilarious. I mean, lucky they did have the spare rings, otherwise it would have been a 4 weddings and a funeral moment when they had to get the rings from people in the crowd or something. Yeah,
but, never work with children or animals, and especially owls, especially if they go off on their own whims. But I'm glad you caught it. It's been brilliant to watch, actually. Emily Warburton-Adams, thank you very much indeed.